People have read it with permanent scars. How did you get it? I was working at McDonald's and I was doing basic grill maintenance when a piece of hot charred meat fell on my hand and burned me. It hurt like heck. McDonald's classic. Happened the same to me, but it wasn't meat that fell on my hand, just lots of oil. Still hurts really bad. I have scars on my neck, back of my neck, my hip, my back and right below my belly button due to having a chordoma brain tumor when I was 9. Sorry to hear that. I hope you are better now. Up until age 20 I was scar free until I was visiting my mum one day and she had a pile of leaves in her yard, so for nostalgia's sake I jumped into the leaves and my arm landed in a bear trap that she had hidden under the leaves to try and catch a skunk. I had open heart surgery at birth, 16 and 17. I'm a girl with a giant chest scar from my clavicle to my abdomen. So thankful to my parents for treating it like a normal thing. I don't even own a turtleneck. When you're part of this club you call your scar a zipper. I wear my zipper proud. Got my zipper at 16. Kids, wear your seatbelts. Breast cancer survivor. Double mastectomy. I'm BRCA1+ and was diagnosed at 30 with a 4-month-old. We did IVF to test our embryos and I'm currently 8 weeks with our BRCA1 baby girl. That runs in my dad's side of the family. It's one of my worst fears. I already had a scare but it was nothing. Scar that runs from my shoulder to my elbow. Shattered my arm riding my bike with my dog, a Labrador. We stopped. She decided to take off without telling me. Ripped me completely off my bike. I have a permanent titanium plate in my arm. Broken C2. Surgical scar. A football goal fell on me and I was rushed to the hospital because my liver got torn in half and I got internal bleeding. I have acne scars all over my arms, chest and back. I'm a renowned pimple popper and I've been picking at my skin ever since I started getting acne. I'm in 20s now and I'm trying my best to stop, but I still find myself standing in front of the bathroom mirror for hours looking for the next juicy pimple to pop. SMH. I also have a scar on my forehead that I got when I was little when my sister pushed me off the bed and my head landed on the edge of a dresser. LOL. Likewise, luckily the marks on my back and center chest are starting to heal up, but I think the facial scars are gonna stay with me for life. Nose. Pitbull ripped part of my nose off. Chin. Split my chin open on a marble glass windowsill in Las Vegas when I was a kid. Lip. Bit through it when I was a kid. Shoulder. 3rd degree burns from an exhaust port on a water truck. Arm. Slipped on wooden stairs after my dad opted to use pledge cleaner and fell and sliced my arm open on the wall. Legs. Vinyl siding while working at an old job. Forearm. Ex-girlfriend's cat clawed me. Well, most of them are on my hands. People either assume I'm a badass and get into fights or a dumbass who fights walls. Neither are true, I'm just clumsy AF. 1. I got when my sister was holding a potato peeler and I didn't see it and went to grab some food she was preparing. 2. I tripped and accidentally punched through a lampshade. The metal wiring inside took out a decent chunk. 3. Accidentally dropped my knife while woodworking, cut my finger to the bone. 4. At an amusement park with my friends. Decided to race one to the next ride and accidentally collided with one of those stone trash cans. Ripped skin about half the size of a penny off one of my knuckles. At the deepest point it went to the bone. 5. I did clap push-ups and knuckles push-ups and decided to combine them for disastrous results. My hands are peppered with smaller barely visible scars from basically anything you can imagine a dumb teen doing. Barbed wire been there. Girlfriend's nails done that. I have so many little burn scars on my hands. I love baking, but I'm also unable to reach into the oven without burning myself at least once. Bounced off a tree at 30 miles per hour once. Another was an accidentally self-inflicted katana wound. A third was having a toothpick-sized piece of wood cut out of my thumb. Wow, you run fast. My time to shine. When I was 8 I walked into my bedroom at the precise moment that my brother took a wiffle ball bat and hit a golf ball straight at my forehead, knocked me out and woke up with stitches. It's not nearly as noticeable as it used to be, but still visible for sure. This is glorious. I did this to my brother with a shovel, narrowly missing his eye. Twice. Self-harm. Thankfully I am in a much better place now. And to anyone going through something similar now, you are enough. You are worthy. You are valid. And you do not deserve pain. Be kind to yourself. You deserve it. 95% PF my scars are also from self-harming, but also in a better place for 10 years or more now. 1. Brushed by a minivan who was not paying attention and clipped my while I was riding my bike. I did a forward flip and slid on the ground, losing much skin on my right shoulder. 2. When I was 8. Cute kid egg get angry. Smack human. Me. Claw stuck in my arm rips down my arm as I pull it away. 2-inch long gash still visible. 3. Cute 8-week-old puppy dog licking my face takes a chomp at my upper lip. Needle tooth goes all the way through. Thanksgiving Day trip to it to get it cleaned and stitched. I drooled on myself from the anesthetic throughout dinner. Dog and I never spoke of it again his 12-year life. All-time great dog he was. 4. Picked up a payphone receiver. Yes, children. Once upon a time, there were public payphones. Someone had boober trapped with a razor and have a scar that looks like I tried to cut wrist, except nowhere near a vein thankfully. 4 big bite marks on my thigh after a seal bit me. We were diving with seals and one of the tourists pulled the tail and was mean to a big male seal who swam away and bit me on his way. I'm lucky he didn't pull, as his teeth connected inside my thigh. He could have easily taken most of my thigh muscle with him. I have a big L-shaped scar under my arm from when I was a kid. I had to get stitches. I was trying to get my pajamas out of the top drawer of my wooden dresser and the side of the drawer was all chipped. It went into my armpit as I was too small to be digging in the top drawer anyways, and it dug the skin out of my underarm. I still remember the drive to the with my dad. I also have a scar in my eyebrow from playing football in the garage with my older brother. He pushed me into the couch that was in the garage. Don't ask why. And I hit my face on the arm, which had that old school gold R on it, and it busted my eyebrow open. Stitches again. Apparently crashed the side of my head into the end of a glass table when I was an infant. I have no memories of it, but according to my parents, it was the only time I ended up in the air. So basically my entire life I've had this one little slit only about a centimeter from my eye. I'm kinda scared to think what would have happened if my head was turned just a little more to the front. TVT. Thankfully it blends in with my eyelid a bit, though. Head. Cousin whacked me with a hockey stick when we were playing a game as kids. Leg. Car accident tore 2 muscles in my knee and required surgery to repair. Right wrist. Super tiny scar that looks like an acne scar. Had a really bad pulmonary embolism, and they went in through my wrist to look at my heart to make sure the stress on my lungs wasn't doing damage to my heart. It wasn't. So we were able to treat the embolism with medication rather than surgery. Literally falling off the monkey bars when I was 7. My feet were probably no more than 2 feet from the ground. I don't even know how I landed in a way that would break my arm. But bam. Double compound fracture. I thought the bones were rocks that got embedded in my skin from the ground, so I tried to pull on them. 6 surgeries later, 5 of which took place in 10 days, lots of codeine and morphine, and I now have a lightning bolt shaped scar up my entire forearm. Plus 2 little entrée scars where they took the metal rods out. Chest, port scar from chemo. Hips, road rash from barrel rolling after a bike crash at 55 miles per hour. Back of head behind my ear. Helmet broken, the exterior plastic sliced me open. Knee, infected and bite required surgery to drain. Dang Mrasa. 1. Born with a strawberry molar benign tumor in the middle of my back that was removed when I was 5. 2. Fell face first onto a sharp rock on a gravel road. Chunk out of my forehead. Couple years later. 3. Glass broke while I was washing it. Sliced hand. 15 odd years ago. 4. Same year I fell off my bike and gashed my chin, but saved my brain. Wear a helmet. 5. A bone chip from a previous ankle injury floated around and then got tangled in the nerve bundle on the top of my foot. The pain was astounding. It made my leg flop around like a fish. There's a weird scar on the top of my foot where they took it out. Put my face through the back window of a parked SUV due to brake failure on a moped. It's faded significantly, but it'll always be there. Whole section of my face was hanging off and I never passed out. Yiked. From the top down. You can guess where. 1. Bed frame wrestling. 2. Dog bite. 3. Dog bite. Same instance, same dog. 4. Surgery. None of them terribly interesting stories. The dog just wanted a sausage. Little scar in my left foot I got sometime around when I was around 10 years old. Honestly, I don't even remember what happened, only that it somehow was cut down to seemingly the bone. I remember being scared as I saw the blood go. Bad as it was though, I just wish that was the worst thing to ever happen to me. Self-harm scars. Never heard properly and most of them turned into keloid scars, so they all still look new even when some of them aren't. Wearing sleeves all the time isn't fun, but it's better than people commenting and staring. I don't know if this is comforting or anything, but I've only had mine commented on in private and by very few people. I used to hide them because it's pretty obvious they were intentional. Some are words, but after my parents saw them and got over it, I didn't worry about it. Me and my friend both have a knife collection. Well, we have a habit of swinging knives around and not looking where we're swinging them, so one day I was walking up behind my friend and he didn't realize I was behind him. He swung the knife and clipped my nose, so now I have a permanent scar from the bridge of my nose all the way to my cheekbone. I've had people compare it to an anime character scar. The only plus about it is that you can't see it in pictures for some reason. Replacing an old door. Much heavier than expected. Slipped while carrying it away. Fell backwards. Hinge plate still attached to the door frame went right through my pants and put an inch-deep flesh wound in my right cheek. Then the door fell on top of me and made the whole clusterfuck twist like a bayonet. Put some Neosporin and superglue on it. Found some new pants and finished replacing the door. Yes, I was up to date on tetanus shots. Also, yes, I should have went to the doctor anyway, but I did not feel like explaining that to them. Threw a knife through my foot at 5. Jumping on the bed busted my head. Running around the coffee table. Busted my head. Playing football. Broke my helmet. Screw lacerated my head. Drunkenly shooting a gun. Scoped. Exhaust burn on the forearm from a generator. Screwdriver through the thumb. Bike pedal got my shin. So many random scars on my arms from manufacturing. Same with my hands. I have a scar on my head from going over the bars of a motorcycle. Side of my face and arm from a German Shepherd attack. A bent finger from a horse. I got stabbed by a but he hit me in a rib. And hey, I am a peaceful man. This guy was a butt. Hahaha. I have 2 scars from air nailers. One was a 16p. Didn't hurt till you pull them out. Ha, good burns on my arms from welding and soldier. I am a mess. I've got loads of little spots on my arms from welding. I'll just tack it and then I'll put my sleeves on. I would say before just continuing to do the job. Several burns and a melanoma or 2 later, I'm much more fastidious about wearing my sleeves. Daddy didn't show affection and the love of my life left to marry my college roommate. Under my eye, hockey stick. Nose, crooked from breaking scar across bridge, I'm not sure why. Forehead, really heavy door at college. Chin, knee to the face in jujitsu. Eyebrow, same but a headbutt. Hand, dull knife on an onion. Wrist, razor blade. Ankle, surgery to put it back together again after it ended up upside down and backwards in an accident. Arm, cut from a small piece of metal casually sticking off of a fridge. Finger, clumsy with a chef's knife. I crashed into several other children while we were using those old square scooter boards in the gym. Split my lip and had to get stitches. Everyone after that got classes on how to properly use the boards, and they definitely were more attentive to kids using them in any way that could be dangerous after that. My B. IDK if this counts as a scar, but when I was like 2 I ran into a door frame and cut part of my head open and had to get stitches. I've had 8 foot surgeries on my left foot, all because I got a bunion removed and it went terribly wrong. From wearing a surgical boot for so long and walking uneven caused my disc in my back to slip. I had my first back surgery and almost died when I got pneumonia 2 days later. I coughed so hard, I herniated the disc they just fixed, then had to have 2 more back surgeries after. It looks like I got attacked by a mountain lion. 4 scars on my back and my foot ain't cute anymore. My 20s have been pretty crap, but I'm still living. Not very interesting, but I had a bump removed that was right over my heart. Now I have a small but noticeable scar over my heart. Have them all around my body because of meningitis. The biggest are on the back of my upper legs, around the size of a hand. But yeah, it makes you who you are. I juice. Upper arm, a fryer basket working at McDonald's. Foot, dent along the heel where I landed on the edge of a step when I was real young. Forearm, took a lot of surface injuries breaking up a dog fight where neither dog wanted to stop. One of them gave me a nice cut that scarred over. Foot toe, a door opened up and went over my foot, taking some of my foot with it. Scar at the base of my pinky toe, internal. The tragedies of life start early and never end. Had a violent seizure that tore the metal screws and plate from a previous surgery basically in half apart inside my shoulder. Required exploratory surgery and some cadaver bones and got some gnarly crazy scars all the way up and down. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.